Hello, and thank you for joining us at the magnificent South Paris Arena for the Paris 2024 Goalball competition. And we've got two high-stakes semi-finals ahead of us, with a coveted place in the gold medal match up for grabs. Later on, reigning women's champions Turkey take on Brazil. But first, it's an all-Asian affair in the men's semi-final, with Tokyo 2020 silver medalists, the People's Republic of China, against IBSA World Games gold medalists of Japan. It was China that knocked Japan out of the competition at their home games in Tokyo 2020. Japan will want to return the favour and secure Japan's first ever men's goalball medal. The Japanese women's team in support. And it's going to be an exciting end to the penultimate day of the goalball. And with just minutes away until the opening throws, let's talk you through what you need to know about this fantastic sport and the two sides that will shortly be putting on a great show at the South Paris Arena. There we have what's at stake. Semi-final between China and Japan. The winner will face Ukraine. The loser will face Brazil. Both these sides will be going for gold. China aiming to qualify for their second consecutive gold medal match after they picked up silver in Tokyo. Brilliant to see young fans getting into the spirit of it, and just like them, it's your first chance experiencing the wonderful sport of goalball. Aim of the game, score as many goals as you can. And the crowd is required to be absolutely silent, so players can hear the bell inside the ball and have the ultimate concentration that they need at this top level. And the ball weighs about 1.5 kilograms. It's about the size of a basketball. And the bell inside the ball helps these players to position themselves. And the lines on the court, which you can see there, they have string on them. So they're textured and players can use them to navigate. Very good run-in for the People's Republic of China. 4 wins in 4 games. A bit more mixed for Japan. They've come into this semi-final with good form. 6-4 win over the USA, and there we have the Japan side. Kohei Miyahiki, Japan's top scorer so far with 15 goals. Quite often he starts on the bench and then comes on to transform the game. Interesting to see whether he's in the starting 3 today. And Japan's run-in, lost the first 2 games, won the final 2. And that was a really hard-fought win in the quarterfinals against USA. USA, formidable opposition, and Japan played really well to qualify for this semi-final. And there we have the China team. Yang Mingwan, one to watch, number 3, joint top scorer at Tokyo 2020 with 26 goals, and he's already scored 23 goals in Paris, so he's on great scoring form and good chance of emerging as tournament top scorer. And a perfect run-in for China. They started their campaign with a 7-6 win against this Japan side, so psychological edge coming into this semi-final. And there we have the referees from Greece and Spain. And they will shortly be carrying out the pre-match patching process, which is where these players have their eye shades applied. Those eye shades mean players with different levels of visual impairment can play alongside one another. And talking of players, that is the Japan women's side, cheering on their male counterparts. Japan women won't be repeating their medal success. They picked up the bronze in Tokyo. They won't be participating in the medal matches this time around, so it's up to the Japanese men to keep Japanese hopes alive. Yang Mingwan, 23 goals in 4 games. It's an incredible record. And just as he was top scorer in Tokyo, you'd expect to see him amongst it in Paris as well. Kohei Miyahiki, it looks like he's starting today. He's usually brought on from the bench to provide a bit of a change in momentum and a quick flurry of goals. But today he's starting on court, which shows how important this match is for Japan. Taguchi, expect to see him starting in centre of court, and then Kaneko and Miyahiki on the wings. And they've got 2 strong attacking options with Kaneko and Miyahiki. Japanese coach Yukiya Kudo coached the team to 5th place in the World Championships in 2022. There we have the Chinese squad. It remains to be seen which 3 will start on court, but a squad with lots of strength and depth. Expect to see Yang Mingwan starting and Gu Mingyao. That is indeed the starting 3. Yu Qinchuan in the centre. No surprises, it's been their starting 3 for most of the competition. Why change a winning formula? And it really has been a winning formula. They've won every single game. And a very impressive win in the quarterfinals. Defeated the hosts France 12 goals to 2. It's the maximum possible margin of victory in goalball. Shi Shang-yin, the coach, was coach for the silver medal in Tokyo 2020. China win today, they're guaranteed at least a silver in Paris. It was Japan's women that picked up the medals in Tokyo. This time it's the men's turn, and that device the spectators using, they can use it to follow along and follow the throws on court. Another example of goalball being one of the most inclusive Paralympic sports. Now with just over a minute to the opening throw. Both these sides have their eye shades applied. You're not allowed to touch your own eye shades in goalball, so the officials have to apply them.
Le match va bientôt commencer. Pour rappel, le coup de sifflet. Merci de faire le silence complet pour les joueurs.
The crowd being reminded about the need for silence while the ball's in play. Make as much noise as you like during breaks in play, but absolutely silent once the ball's moving around on court.
Audience, let's count down together to start off competition. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Seconds away from the opening throw, and let's hear from the officials as they undergo the pre-match formalities at the South Paris Arena.
Men's semi-final game between China on my left and Japan on my right. I'd like to remind everyone to keep quiet while the ball is in play and switch off your mobile phone. Thank you. Japan will start with the ball. Quiet, please. Center. Play.
Japan against the People's Republic of China in the men's semi-final. And there's a place in the gold medal match on the line. Can Japan get their first ever men's Paralympic medal? Will China make it to the gold medal match for the second consecutive Paralympic Games. And that's called as ball over because the ball went over halfway. It's going to be China ball. First throw for Yang Mingwan. He's been racking up the goals in this tournament. China's main attacking threat. Kaneko. Lots of energy in that throw. He really winds up his arm to get maximum possible power on the delivery. It's wide of the post. Wu Mingyao goes cross-court and blocked by Miyahiki. Quite rare to see him starting a match. Oh, it's a brilliant early throw from Koei Miyahiki. So often the super sub. Today he starts on court and he justifies his selection with that early goal. It was deflected off the shoulder of Yu Chin Chuen into the back of the net, and a brilliant start for Japan. They came into this match the underdog, but it's Japan who have the goal on the score sheet. Now Yang Mingwan to respond. Gathered well by Kaneko. Rotation throw. Turn from Yang Mingwan. Oh, it's a brilliant response. And China respond in the best possible way with a goal. And no surprise, it's come from the arm of Yang Mingwan. Right into the corner of the net. So difficult to defend in that sweet spot. And a confidence builder for Yang Mingwan. And China now on level terms. Miyahiki, and both sides trading goals. 2 throws, 2 goals, and it's another goal from Koei Miyahiki. Once again, it goes through the Chinese centre, Yu Chin Chuen. And it's clear that Koei Miyahiki is in a scoring run of form. And China very much on the back foot and forced to take a timeout. Not the start to the first half they would have been expecting. And despite a spirited effort from Yang Mingwan, Japan have looked very much the most comfortable on court in that early, just over a minute or so. Let's believe only a minute's elapsed. We've had 3 goals in that time. Yang Mingwan slowly making his way across the frame of the goal. Yang Mingwan, blocked by the legs of Miyahiki. Miyahiki on a hat-trick already. Only a minute or so elapsed. And it's the hat-trick from Koei Miyahiki. And he is on fire in this semi-final. 3 goals with just 1 minute 20 on the clock. And an incredible start from Miyahiki. He has single-handedly given Japan a pretty comfortable lead. But we've seen that Yang Mingwan, who's having his eye shades applied there, we've seen what a strong throw he has on him. And I'm sure he will be quick to respond. He's duly given the ball by Wu Mingyao. Makes his way across court. Blocked by Taguchi. Now Kaneko. Blocked in the centre of court by Yu Chin Chuen. That's with Hu Mingyao. Oh, it's wide of the post. It really can go anywhere when you strike out a flailing leg. But fortunately for Japan, it stayed out of the net. It's going to be Miyahiki once again to throw. Yang Mingwan navigates around the Chinese centre, and it's blocked by Kaneko. Referee just reminding the crowd to be quiet. Miyahiki. Grabbed and held by Hu Mingyao. Miyahiki's looking imperious, both defence and attack. Gives the ball to Kaneko, the other Japanese attacking threat. Gathered by Yu Chin Chuen. Yang Mingwan goes to the rotation throw. Gathered by Miyahiki once again. This time trying from the other side of court. Goalball's all about trying unusual angles, different types of throw. Came off the face of Yang Mingwan and out for China ball, and I think that ball in the face may have dislodged his eye shades. Because these players aren't allowed to touch their own eye shades, they have to bring the officials on court. Miyahiki with the bouncing ball. China just about gather it through Yang Mingwan. Once again trying from a different side of court. He goes cross court to Miyahiki. Yuto Sano on his feet for Japan on the sideline. Wonder if he might be coming on soon. Miyahiki, the bouncing ball. And that's good news for Japan. It's known as the ball over when the ball crosses over halfway. It means Japan get to retain possession. It's a sign of just how much force Miyahiki gets on the ball. The ease at which it ricocheted over halfway. Yang Mingwan. Another dangerous looking ball, but Japan are intercepting him pretty well at the moment. Hu Mingyao in centre of court. We haven't seen too many throws from him today. Prefer to give the ball to Yang Mingwan. Yang Mingwan once again, but blocked by the Japanese centre, Taguchi. Miyahiki. It's deflected over the bar. It's the foot of Yang Mingwan. And once it's up in the air, it's so difficult to defend. When the ball's airborne, the bell in the ball doesn't make too much noise. So you'll quite often see a scramble when the ball's in the air. This player struggled to locate it. Kaneko with the throw. Blocked out well by Yang Mingwan. Yuhi Taguchi. The force of the block he just made knocked his eye shades off. That's the second time that's happened in this match. Shows the force these players get behind the ball and how much these players put their body on the line in order to block it. Yang Mingwan. Blocked and rapid return from Miyahiki. Maybe a bit too rapid. Didn't quite have his stance developed, and so the ball sails out for China ball. Kaneko maneuvers around the Japanese centre. Both sides ferociously trading throws. And after the early flurry of goals, he seemed to have slowed down a little bit. He had about 3 goals just in the first minute or so, but now its tempo is quietened somewhat. Although this man always poses a threat, Yang Mingwan. Already slammed that ball into court. You could hear the exertion from Taguchi as he blocked it. These balls are 1.5 kilograms. You can really feel it when they slam into you. Hu Mingyao. Japan calling for a timeout. Japan will be delighted with the first half of that first half. They have a 2-goal lead. And they owe it in large part to that number 8, Kohei Miyahiki. Competing in his second Paralympic Games, and he's really made the difference today. And China need to bounce back from this early setback. They'll need Yang Mingwan to find his scoring form once again. Miyahiki's positioned himself in the centre of court, so launching an attack from an unfamiliar part of court, and that's really clever play from Japan. The double dummy, and it's effective. It's another goal for Miyahiki, and that was the epitome of a team goal. All 3 Japanese players involved in the move. 2 dummies, and the ball perfectly placed by Miyahiki. And that was a beautiful goal to watch. Such coordinated movement between these players. And China making a change. Hu Mingyao coming off, Yu Dai coming on. Yu Dai, a very prolific goal scorer. And given Yang Mingwan hasn't yet been able to recreate his scoring form, going to have a double threat with Yu Dai and Yang Mingwan on court. Players feeling those textured lines, helping to locate themselves on court. That's how these players navigate and build a mental picture of where they are and where their teammates are. Now Yang Mingwan, blocked and gathered. And the ball falls in the hands of Miyahiki. Yu Dai. Miyahiki with the block, and it falls within the Japanese third, so they will keep possession. Now Kaneko yet to score for Japan. He did play a part in that most recent Japanese goal with the dummy. Miyahiki manoeuvring around his 2 teammates, launches an attack from the other wing. Yang Mingwan. Cross court and blocked by Kaneko. And it's Kaneko with the goal. First goal for him. And he extends Japan's lead yet further. Japan is starting to run away with this. And China really need to change something urgently. Their chances of the gold medal match are starting to run away from them. And that was a brilliant taken goal by Kazuya Kaneko. Yang Mingwan goes for the straight ball. Oh, it's called as a penalty. Just as China thought. They turned their fortunes around. It's going to be a penalty for Japan, so one-on-one. Yang Mingwan's going to have to defend. It's going to be Kaneko to take. Goes for the corner. And one-on-one in goalball so often means a goal for the attacking side. But credit to Kaneko. He scored under the pressure of the occasion. China calling the timeout. Yu Dei just arrived on court. China coaching staff will be hoping to give him some instructions and give him a sense of what they want him to do on court. Such a good start for Japan. They're playing so well as a cohesive team. Showing really good coordination on court. Some brilliant finishes from Kohei Miyahiki. Yang Mingwan just conceded a penalty for China. He thought he'd scored. Ball's in the back of the net, but because the ball bounced in the Japanese third of court, it's called the long ball. That looked quite close to a long ball. And it's gone into the back of the net. China wanted the penalty. They're not going to get it, and instead it's another goal for Japan. Kaneko with the throw, and this will be an interesting one to watch again. Originally blocked by Yu Dei off the back of Yu Xin-Xuen. And the ball finds its way into the back of the net. A hat-trick now for Kazuya Kaneko. And Japan looking very, very comfortable indeed. Yu Dei, cross court, blocked by Miyahiki. Yu Dei was brought on as a sub to try and change things. Hasn't yet been able to have the desired impact. Here's Kaneko. Blocked and given to Yang Mingwan. Hard to emphasize just how much of a shock this is. China have won every single one of their group games, including against Japan. But in knockout goalball, it really is about how you turn up on the day. And after an incredible start from Miyahiki, Japan have just looked absolutely dominant. Kaneko, cross court, blocked by Yang Mingwan. Oh, and China have one back. Just as they felt the game was slipping away from them. Yang Mingwan with the goal. He's able to get such bounce on the ball, and this was a hard one to defend. And as so often we see in goalball, the centre player's trailing leg deflecting the ball into the back of the net. Dummy from Kaneko, throw from Miyahiki. And a brilliant response from Japan. Seconds after conceding, Koei Miyahiki restores the Japanese lead. Some clever interplay with Kaneko alongside him. And Yu Dei unable to deal with the bounce that Koei Miyahiki can provide. Yang Mingwan. Slight dummy from the centre player from China. And has scraped his feet on the floor to try and imitate the sound of movement. And now we have a Japanese change. It's going to be Yuto Sano coming onto court. To have his eye shades applied. He said that when he first started playing goalball, he'd wear his eye shades at home to familiarise himself with wearing them. He's about to come on at an important time for Japan. It's going to be Kazuya Kaneko coming off. He's made a big contribution. And Japan women's side looking pretty pleased with how their male counterparts are performing. First throw for Yuto Sano. Yang Mingwan steadies himself on the goal. Cross court, blocked by Sano. Sano competing in his second Paralympics. Part of that Tokyo 2020 squad. Miyahiki's throw. Again, sailing quite close to the long ball line. Does risk giving away a penalty with his aggressive throwing style. Sano. Blocked and gathered by Yu Dei. Yang Mingwan tries to silently make his way across court. Doesn't want to give his location away, and that's ball over, so that will be encouraging for China. Means they'll get another go. Sometimes ball over is a good sign of momentum in goalball. Just 2 minutes left of this first half. Seems incredible to say it, but it's actually the first time that Japan men have qualified for a final Paralympics competition. They appeared in Tokyo as hosts. And this is the first time they've gone through the qualification process and put their place at the final competition. As things stand, they'll be in the gold medal match. Now Miyahiki. Lots of bounce on that. Snuffed out by Yu Dei. Yang Mingwan. Gets so much bounce on the ball. Contorts his whole body to maneuver the ball and get it to go in the direction that he wants. Japan sounding increasingly confident. Yuhi Taguchi, the centre, sounds increasingly pumped up. They know they're going to come in at half-time with a pretty comfortable margin. And they could not have dreamed for a better start to this semi-final. Yu Dei, locked and gathered by Yuto Sano, bounces himself off the frame of the goal just to give himself a bit of momentum. Looks like the ball's being checked. I think we're going to get a replacement ball. You've wondered about the ball. It's about the size of a basketball. It has a bell inside and also holes to help the noise of the bell to travel. And it's pretty heavy, 1.5 kilograms. That means this sport's a real physical workout. Side of the post, and final few throws of this first half. Miyahiki from the centre of court, using his foot to locate the centre line. Yu Dei, probably the final Chinese throw of this first half, and it's snuffed out by Taguchi, which has very much been the story of this first half. And what a start to this semi-final from Japan. Not even in their wildest dreams would they have imagined they would be leading China by 6 goals at half-time. But it was 5 goals from Kohei Miyahiki, a hat-trick from Kazuya Kaneko. And a really impressive start for Japan. And the half-time score, People's Republic of China 2. Japan 8. Brilliant crowd for this women's semi-final, including members of the Japan's women's side who are here to take in the atmosphere and support the men's team. What a match they have experienced. Japan upsetting the odds and bringing up an early lead, and it started with this goal from Kohei Miyahiki. A brilliant start from Japan, and they very much continued in that vein. China did make it level through Yang Mingwan, but the main attacking threat came from Japan, and that man, Miyahiki. Kaneko too joined in on the action and managed to get a few goals of his own. Japan lead 8 goals to 2 at the break. We didn't even have time to show you all the goals. That's how dominant Japan were offensively in that first half. 1 penalty conceded by China. Yang Mingwan gave it away, and it was well converted by Kaneko.
Now it's time for Cam.
And we'll soon be discovering if any substitutions were made during the half-time break. It looks like Miyahiki's come off for Japan. Let's await official confirmation. China appear to have the same 3 on court.
Second half of the game between Japan on my left and China on my right. Halftime score, Japan 8, China 2. Halftime substitutions for Japan. Out number 8, in number 7.
So Kohei Miyahiki has indeed come off. He was by far the best player in that first half for Japan, but perhaps needs a bit of a break. In previous matches, he started on the bench and then come on, so bit of a reverse. Expect he'll need a few minutes just to rest and recover. And then they'll bring him on to try and close out the second half. Yang Mingwan blocked by the Japanese centre. And it was Japan that started the first half so brightly. Let's see how China open up the second half. Oh, the ball's bobbling around, and good defensive work to stop the ball from going over the line. It was Kaneko with the save. And in the end, Taguchi had to put it out. Didn't know how long they had left on the 10-second shot clock, so safer just to put the ball out. Dummy off court from Yu Dei. China have looked a little bit brighter in this second half. Now Kaneko shapes up to throw. Well gathered. And Yang Mingwan using his teammate and navigational aid. Because the centre player, as the name suggests, takes their position on the centre line. Often the wings will just reach out to the centre just to get a sense of their bearings on court. Now Yu Dei. Real force in that throw, but good block from Taguchi. It's ball over, so China will get another go. Kaneko. Oh, it's Kaneko with his 4th goal. And Japan are turning this into a total rout. Kaneko with the throw, finds the gap with absolute perfection. And under the body of Yu Chin-chuen. 20 throws, 4 goals. That's a pretty good ratio by anyone's standard. Feels incredible to be saying this in a semi-final, but in goalball there is a mercy rule, so if you lead by 10 goals, then that's the end of the match. Japan currently lead by 7. Yuto Sano blocked and given to Yang Mingwan, touching the court to help orientate himself. Sano to Kaneko. Lots of bounce on that. And gathered by the Chinese centre. Kaneko putting a lot of energy into that. Quick response from Yang Mingwan. Often a great way to cause the surprise and launch an unexpected throw is once you get the ball into your possession, just spring back up on your feet and launch it before opponents have had time to fully expect it and fully stretch themselves out. Even with Miyahiki on the bench, Japan don't seem to be missing him too much. Kaneko. Blocked by number 7, Yu Dei. That was quite close to a long ball. Japan coaching staff are appealing for it, but the ball just clipped the line, so it's a valid throw. Yu Dei, wide of the post. Some kind of animal in the crowd. And a good opportunity, both these sides, just to have a bit of a breather. Now Kaneko to throw. Really is a big shock, this scoreline. And the nature of the difference in the way these two sides have played in this semi-final. Not only did China beat Japan when these two sides played in the group stages, it was China that knocked Japan out of Tokyo 2020. So for Japan to not just be in the lead, but such a convincing lead is something of a shock. But that's what makes international goalball so exciting. Any of these teams on their day can cause an upset. A 7-goal lead with just over 8 minutes left in the semi-final. Japan will be absolutely delighted with that. And now Yuto Sano to throw. Yu Dei. Japan, a side that just sound confident the way they're communicating with one another. They're making most of the noise on court. Now Kaneko trying from a different side of court. Blocked by Yu Dei. Throwing from the centre line. It's Yang Mingwan. And it's blocked out. Japan looking pretty sturdy defensively. Blocked out by the legs of Kaneko. And when getting your legs out, it's all about getting as much of your body as you can behind it, so the ball doesn't ricochet into the back of the net. Now we have Sano. Blocked, and China rescue it before it goes over halfway. Now the ball back with Yu Dei. Kaneko. Japan's main attacking threat with Miyahiki on the bench. I'm sure we'll be seeing Miyahiki return to court soon, and that'll be bad news for China. Miyahiki's certainly found weakness. Was that a long ball? No, not given. That looked quite close to a long ball. And Japan players and coaches both thought that was a foul, but in the end, a good save from Japanese trio. Oh, the ball squirms towards the goal line. Just kept out. Combination of Yu Dei and Yang Mingwan. Well, fans applauding, but then not really meant to do that, so referee telling them to be quiet. Yang Mingwan blocked and gathered by Taguchi. Now we have Yuto Sano. Strong feet from Yang Mingwan. Japan shaping up to make a change once again. I'm sure we'll see Miyahiki back on court before this match is over. Kaneko. And it's 10 for Japan. And Japan reached double figures in what's shaping up to be one of the most incredible results in Japanese goalball history. Kaneko with the throw. Does well to find the gap. 5 goals for Kaneko. Japan leading by 8, 2 goals away from that margin that would see an early end to this game. And China looking despondent, calling the timeout. They're a side that's played with such confidence, such flair in the tournament so far. Something has just not worked today. They were caught by surprise by Mia Hickey early on in his flurry of goals. And since then, China never really been able to find a way back. They've got an equipment check on court. That might mean an issue with the ball. There's been a few issues raised with the ball in this match. It's been changed twice now, so not quite sure what's going on there. Japan won't mind. They look pretty comfortable and commanding. They just need to hold on for 7 minutes. Ooh. What's happened there? I think a penalty's been called. Let's listen in. So I think I heard a penalty called. I suspect it was a team penalty because it was called during a break in play. Looks like Japan have a penalty one-on-one against China. It's been called for unsportsmanlike conduct, so we don't quite know what that is, but maybe we'll find out. Regardless, it's in the hands of Kazuya Kaneko. It's going to be Yang Mingwan to defend. Taguchi with the dummy. Kaneko. And Japan within 1 goal of bringing this semi-final to an early end. Kazuya Kaneko with a brilliant penalty one-on-one. And Yang Mingwan took a gamble, positioned himself on one side of court. But Kaneko went to the other side. And Japan incredibly within 1 goal of a mercy rule win. Japan making the change. It's Naoki Hagiwara to come on. Taguchi to come off. So that, I suspect, will be a like-for-like change in the centre. It shows how comfortable Japan are feeling that they're able to give a bit of court time to a player who hasn't featured much in this tournament. And Japan know that this game could be over very soon. Keen to give Hagiwara a bit of experience. The fact that Japan are in this position is quite phenomenal. And he does indeed take his position in the centre of court. It's going to be Sano to throw. Japan just need 1 more goal to bring this match to an end. Well, China have got a consolation goal. It looked quite close to the long ball line, but it's ruled as a legal throw. And Yang Mingwan with the consolation goal. So that lead is reduced. And it's now 8 points the gap. And so maybe there's a bit more life in this game yet. Kaneko's throw. blocked by Udai. That was slightly nervy there from Japan. Blocked by the legs of Hagawara, who's just come onto court. The ball went over the bar. Haruki Tori also warming up. Another player who hasn't featured that much in this game, in this tournament, sorry. Here we have the gold boots of Kaneko. We could be putting Japan into the gold medal match. Yang Mingwan, one of his bouncier deliveries. Shot selection, one of the really interesting aspects of goalball. You see all sorts. You see slower balls, faster balls, bouncier balls. Yuto Sano, blocked by the legs of Yushin Xuen. Udai moving quietly across court, and it's blocked by the new arrival Hagawara. Sano manoeuvres round. And you could perhaps hear Japan teammates just counting their teammates down. They work so effectively as a unit, and you have 10 seconds to get your throwaway and goal ball, so a bit of help from your teammates in terms of announcing that shot clock, really helpful. All over, so China will get another go. If Japan want to close this game out, expect them to bring on Kohei Miyahiki, who's been on the bench for some time now. Now we have Sano. Cross court and wide of the post. They are an incredibly well-organised team, Japan. You can see it in the way that players move around court. Communication and the fluidity with which they display on court. You've seen some really nice moves. These players moving in perfect synchronicity. Makes them a really nice side to watch. Blocked out by Sano. And Japan now looking odds on. Secure that place in the gold medal match. And that would be their first ever Paralympic goalball medal on the men's side. And this is the first Paralympics they've qualified for. Tokyo 2020, they were there as hosts. The fact that they odds on going to be in the gold medal match in their first qualification is really, really impressive. This is a very talented Japanese side. Shows the momentum you can get after hosting a home games. Goalball really risen in profile in Japan since the Tokyo 2020 competition. Another change for Japan. Haruki Tori coming on, and big smile as he comes on. He's competing in his first Paralympic Games. He's only been playing goalball since 2021. So he's very new to the sport. And how fantastic for him that he's representing his country, and the fact that he's been entrusted with keeping hold of this win and this margin of victory and securing this place in the gold medal match for Japan. We have Tori, the new arrival. Blocked, and Yang Mingwan's going to have another go. Tori just manoeuvring Kaneko out the way. Yang Mingwan dummy on the outside from Yu Dai. It's a penalty. And Japan have the chance to make it 12. It's going to be one-on-one. Yang Mingwan to defend. It's another penalty that he's given away. And let's see who's going to take for Japan. It's Kaneko. And Yang Mingwan goes the wrong way. And it's another successfully converted penalty for Japan. And it's another goal for Kazuya Kaneko. Yang Mingwan had to take a gamble. He was positioned on the other side of court. And that's 3 out of 3 for Kaneko. China calling a timeout. They know this could be their last chance to give tactical instructions if this match is going to indeed come to an early end. And disappointment clear on the face of Yu Dai. But Japan have been absolutely unstoppable today. Real attacking flair, and I'm sure China will be forced to ask just how this match played out so differently from the match in the group stages. It was China that won very narrowly in the group stages. Checking the ball again. I think it's another eye shades replacement for Yu Dai. Players aren't allowed to touch their own eye shades, and sometimes they become dislodged with the speed and the force of which these players move around on court. Now Yu Dai goes for the straighter ball. Here we have Haruki Tori, the substitute. And the ball just about falls for Kaneko. Lots of spin and bounce from Kaneko. Blocked out by Yu Dai. It's going to be Yu Dai to get the ball back into play. Goes for the rotation ball. It's a beautifully taken throw by Yu Dai. Phenomenal accuracy, bisecting the two Japanese players between the legs of both Haruki Tori and Naoki Hagawara. The first goal of the match for Yu Dai. Tori being counted down by his teammate. Good guide as to the 10-second shot clock that these players have. Obviously, these players can't see the timer while they're wearing these eye shades, so they're reliant on either their teammates or their own internal sense of timing. I actually don't think I've seen a 10-second penalty throughout the whole of this tournament, so shows how skilled these players are at keeping to time. Oh, the ball creeping towards the goal line, but gathered by Kaneko. And the eye shades of Naoki Hagawara were knocked away from his eyes. You can see there the protective gauze that these players wear under their eye shades. Another layer underneath the eye shades. The officials are satisfied and play is going to resume. Ricky Akudo will be absolutely delighted. Coached his team to 5th place in the World Championships in 2022. They're going to get at least the silver medal in Paris 2024. And that is a huge moment for Japanese goalball. Oh, it's another long ball penalty. And Udai concedes. And once again, it's going to be one-on-one. And a chance for Japan to come within 1 goal of a mercy rule victory. Udai defending. Kaneko to throw. And it's clinically taken by Kaneko. Yet another goal for him. And that's goal number 7. It's clear that between Kaneko and Miyahiki, Japan have 2 incredible attacking options. Tori to throw. And a reminder, a 10-goal deficit in goalball means game over. So Japan on the verge of bringing this game to an early conclusion. Although fairly immaterial with 90 seconds left on the clock. Kaneko steadying himself on the goal. Wide of the post. China heading into the bronze medal match. Perhaps they'll take some comfort if they manage to avoid the mercy rule defeat. Another equipment check. Usually means an issue with the ball or players' eye shades. Chance for Japan to have a breather. And the fact that Japan have looked so dominant with Kohei Miyahiki on the bench for most of that second half really is incredible. Such a turnaround from the group stages. Lovely movement from Japan with the double dummy. Udai maneuvers round the Chinese centre. Japan calling a timeout. So timeout for Japan. They know the result is secure. And Kohei Miyahiki comfortable just warming up the crowd. He knows he will be taking to court in the gold medal match. Meanwhile, China look like they can't get off court quickly enough. It's been a bit of a bruising encounter for them. It's so different to the brilliant run of form they've had coming into this semi-final. They've won 4 matches, some of them in extremely convincing style, but it hasn't come together today. And this Japan team has looked absolutely brilliant. They've peaked at absolutely the right time from a tournament point of view. Now Haruki Tori to throw. Tori passes the ball to Kaneko. Can he round off his fantastic performance with another goal? Yu Dei. Oh, it's a brilliant throw from Yu Dei. It was straight, it was flat. You can see what that means to him, a little consolation at the end. There was so much force on that ball. Even though Tori tried to get his body behind it, he couldn't get down quick enough. And it looks like China will avoid the mercy rule defeat. But it's still going to be Japan that are heading into the gold medal match. Kaneko, huge amounts of bounce on that. Well snuffed out by China. Japan will happily run down the clock, knowing the place in history is secure. And that is an absolutely phenomenal result for Japan as they secure their first ever Paralympic goalball medal in the men's competition. And they looked absolutely incredible from the first minute to the last, with a flurry of goals from Miyahiki and Kaneko. China, meanwhile, had a really difficult time on court. They weren't able to score the goals, which have come so easily to them in the group stages. And a brilliant win for Japan. They will take to court in the gold medal match as they avenge the defeat in Tokyo 2020 when China knocked them out of the competition. The full-time score in this semi-final is China 5, Japan 13. Japan women's team in the crowd. It was the women that picked up the medal in Tokyo. In Paris, it's going to be the men. And a fantastic result for Japanese goalball. China, meanwhile, will have the chance to go again in the bronze medal match. As Japan take the plaudits, Miyahiki and Kaneko, such dangers on court. They will certainly be ones to watch in the gold medal match on the final day of this tournament. Japan winning by 13 goals to 5. 5 goals from Miyahiki, 8 goals from Kazuya Kaneko. And a really imposing performance from them. China denied place in their second consecutive gold medal match. And they'll be unable to improve on their silver medal that they picked up in Tokyo. And those are the statistics. 3 penalties given away by China. This is something they'll want to work on ahead of the bronze medal match. And fantastic discipline from Japan, not conceding any penalties despite launching a lot of aggressive throws. And they'll need to keep that discipline for the gold medal match on the final day. And there we have the lineups for the medal games. Ukraine playing Japan. And last competition's champions Brazil taking on the People's Republic of China. 2 excellent games for the final day of what's been a brilliant Paris 2024 goalball event. A brilliant match for these fans. A big shock as Japan beat China. And the full-time score in the semi-final. China 5, Japan 13.
commentaires en direct. Scannez le QR code sur l'écran vidéo. Le service est disponible une fois connecté sur l'application officielle Paris 2024.
Make the most of our audio description and live commentary service. Scan the QR code on the video board and it's available once you log in to the official Paris 2024 app.
du bruit pour nos performeuses. Et notre caméraman danseur de ce soir. Et d'ici quelques minutes, nous allons accueillir nos deux équipes féminines, le Brésil et la Turquie, qui se sont déjà rencontrés lors du premier match de poule et sont restés sur un score ex-aequo de 3-3. De quoi rendre ce match captivant. En quart de finale, la Turquie avait affronté la République de Corée et gagné 6-3, tandis que le Brésil avait battu le Japon 2-1. Nous avons hâte de voir comment cette deuxième rencontre entre ces deux équipes va se dérouler. Le match sera-t-il aussi serré que lors du tour préliminaire? C'est ce qu'on va découvrir bientôt.
One more game coming tonight here at South Paris Arena 6. Starting soon, women's second semi-final game, Brazil against Turkey. Both teams played yesterday in the quarterfinals and Brazil won Japan 2-0. And Turkey won Republic of Korea 6-3. Winner of this game will play tomorrow at Paris 2024 Goalball final match against Israel at 5:45 p.m. here at South Paris Arena 6. Top scorers from the teams: from Brazil, number 8, Jessica Vitorino, 5 goals, and Turkey, number 3, Seda Altınoluk, 15 goals. Let's see who is going to tomorrow's gold medal game against Israel. We see it soon. Enjoy the evening.
Mesdames et messieurs, il est temps de faire place aux athlètes. Merci d'accueillir les équipes du Brésil et de la Turquie.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to meet our athletes. Please welcome the teams Brazil and Turkey.
Nous allons maintenant découvrir les joueuses du Brésil.
Now it's time to meet the players from Brazil.
Numéro 1.
Number 1, Giovanna Moura.
Numéro 2.
Number 2, Gabrieli Brito.
Numéro 3.
Number 5, Moniza Lima.
Numéro 6.
Number 6, Katia Silva.
Numéro 7.
Number 7, Daniele Longhini.
Et la numéro 8.
Number 8, Jessica Vittorino.
L'entraîneur.
Coach Alessandro Tosim.
L'assistant entraîneuse.
Assistant coach Luciana Müller.
Et la responsable du staff.
Staff Monica Freitas.
Nous allons maintenant découvrir les joueuses de la Turquie.
Now it's time to meet the players from Turkey.
Numéro 1.
Number 1, Fatma Gulguler.
Numéro 2.
Number 2, Reyhan Yilmaz.
Numéro 3.
Number 3, Sevda Abdulnolok.
Numéro 4.
Number 4, Seidanur Kaplan.
Numéro 7.
Number 7, Sevda Abdulnolok.
Et enfin la numéro 8.
Number 8, Berfin Holtan.
L'entraîneur.
Coach Gultekin Karasu.
Assistant entraîneur.
Assistant coach Maris Keskin.
Responsable du staff.
Assistant coach Ganer Balitsi.
Et les arbitres de ce match sont
The referees for the match are Manar Obeida from Jordan and Juha Vuokila from Finland.
Et maintenant, pour partager l'esprit sportif international, la traditionnelle poignée de main d'avant-match des deux équipes.
And now in the show of international sportsmanship, both teams will exchange pre-game handshakes.
Les équipes vont maintenant s'échauffer. Nous vous rappelons que le silence est très important dans cette compétition et vous demandons de respecter la haute concentration dont les athlètes doivent faire preuve dans ce sport.
The teams will now warm up and we remind you that silence is highly important for this competition. Athletes require high concentration, therefore we expect everyone to act in a respectful manner during the competition.
It's been a brilliant day of semi-finals in the Paris 2024 goalball competition. But we still have a spot in the women's gold medal match to fill. And Brazil and Turkey are taking to court at the South Paris Arena in this second women's semi-final. Turkey are the reigning champions, chasing their third successive goalball gold after they claimed the ultimate prize in Tokyo and Rio. But Brazil have the chance to cause an upset as they pursue their first ever Paralympic women's goalball medal after they came close with a fourth place finish at Tokyo. And these two sides played in the group stages. It was 3 goals apiece. So we're likely to see an evenly matched game at the South Paris Arena. If Brazil can rise to the challenge on the occasion of this semi-final. Well, this is the prize on offer for both these sides. The winner will play Israel in the gold medal game. The loser will face a bronze medal game against the People's Republic of China. And we're minutes away from the opening throw in this, the second of the women's semi-finals. Allow me to bring you up to speed with what you need to know about the wonderful sport of goalball and these two brilliant teams on court. Goalball's a sport that's exclusively designed for the visually impaired. And the aim of the game to score as many goals as you can whilst defending your own net. And these players rely on the sound of the ball, the touch of the textured lines on court. And they need this crowd to be totally silent when the ball's in play. So both sides with mixed run-ins coming into this match. They were actually in the same group in the early stages. They played in the opening match, drew 3 apiece, so clearly pretty well matched. As we've seen today, it's all about how you perform in the semi-final. Previous form goes out the window, and here we have the Turkey side. One to watch, Sevda Altunaluk. She was top scorer in the competition at Tokyo 2020. She's on 15 goals so far. Turkey run in, they've improved as they've gone along. Altunaluk scored 4 out of their 6 goals in the win against Republic of Korea. Brazil, meanwhile, a side that have a wide range of attacking options. Lots of names on the score sheet in their game so far. Jessica Vitorino, their top scorer with 5 goals, but also attacking options from Manitha Lima. Brazil got here thanks to a 2-0 win over Japan. A really impressive defensive display with real discipline, real accuracy. And something of an upset, actually, that win over Japan, so they're coming into this match with good momentum, and they need an even bigger upset if they're to defeat Turkey. There we have our officials from Jordan and Finland. There's 2 officials in the game of goalball. Their job is to look for foul balls and also oversee the eye shades check that take place before the match. Brazilian coach Alessandro Tosim giving instructions to coach the men's side, coach them to the gold medal in Tokyo. And it's clear he's had a big impact on this Brazilian women's side. We'll soon discover which of the 3 out of these 6 players in the squad will be starting on court. In goalball, there's 1 player in centre of court, 2 on the wings outside. And both these sides will have a strongest starting 3. For Turkey, expect to see Gula, Yilmaz, Altunaluk. It's a 3 that they've stuck with all through the competition, but now we're going to see who will be starting for Brazil. Jessica Vitorino, the number 8, staying on court. She's been a big goal threat for them. No surprise to see Gabriela Brito in centre of court, the starting Brazilian centre. Vitorino with 5 goals in her 4 games. Brazil's goals quite evenly distributed amongst the squad. Gives them a bit more depth and a bit more in the way of options when it comes to making attacking changes. Alessandro Tosim used to coach the men's team. He was persuaded to come back to coaching and take on the coaching role with the women. Said his wife and children encouraged him to do it. And there's the Brazil starting 3. Brito, Lima, Vitorino. Same starting 3 that took to court in the quarter-final against Japan. Meanwhile, Turkey starting 3. It's 1-2-3. Gula, Yilmaz, Altunaluk. Yilmaz will take to court in the centre, and Gula and Altunaluk alongside her.
Mesdames et messieurs, dans 90 secondes va démarrer la compétition.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are just under 90 seconds to go until the start of competition.
Turkish coach, he said he wants to retain the title. He said his side have set the bar so high that even finishing second would be a failure. He was the coach for the gold medal win in Tokyo. Turkey chasing a hat-trick of consecutive gold medals.
The match is about to begin. Just a reminder, once the whistle blows, we must be silent for
Officials overseeing the pre-match patching process. That's where the eye shades are applied. It's these eye shades that mean whatever your level of visual impairment, if you're a B1, B2, B3, you can play under the same conditions. And if you touch your eye shades, then that's a penalty, so have to be applied by the officials. If you touch them while the ball's in play, I should say. As we count down to the opening throw, we're about to hear from our match referees. We're going to give the players and the crowd some final instructions.
Semifinal games between Turkey on my left, Brazil on my right. I would like to remind everyone to be quiet while the ball is in play and switch off your phone mobile. Thank you. Turkey will start with the ball. Quiet please, center.
Brazil against Turkey in this second women's semi-final. Turkey with the opening throw wide of the post. Both these sides sound each other out, try and get the measure of one another. Very experienced Turkey side. Early throw from Fatma Gulgula. Lima passes the ball to Vitorino. Blocked out by Yilmaz. Turkey arrive in Paris as reigning world and European champions. Hard to think of an accolade they haven't achieved in recent years. Made a slightly inconsistent start to their pool stages, but they seem to have found their momentum once again. Gula's throw, well gathered by Vitorino, but crowd applauding, which very much a no-no in sport of goalball. Players have to be able to hear the ball. Altunaluk to throw. There's some nervy moments for Brazil already. Really forcing some good defensive play from Brazil. It's Turkey that have looked the more threatening with the opening throws. Gula, lots of bounce on that. Well gathered by Lima. Now Vitorino. Blocked by Gula, and see there how interchangeably Gula and Altunaluk move around the course on the two separate wings, and parried by Brito into the arms of Lima. Altunaluk throws as Gula scuffs her feet, trying to create the impression of movement. I often see dummies in goalball as players try and catch the opposition by surprise. Now Gula cross court. Blocked out by Yilmaz. We've got two quite noisy centres on court today. Centres play an important role in marshalling their team, and both these centres like to make a bit of noise. Gabriela Brito of Brazil, you would have just heard. Now Gula steadying herself on the goal. She advances up court, and the ball scrambles towards the line, and Brazil not able to keep it out. An early goal for Turkey. And it's Fatma Gulgula, just 20 years of age. And she's got Turkey off to a brilliant start in the semi-final. Partnership between Gula and Altunaluk in a really important part of Turkey's recent success. And it looks like they're on the same wavelength in this semi-final. Now Altunaluk to throw. Lots of bounce on that, and Brazil once again finding it hard to deal with the bounce that Turkey are providing in their throws. And blocked out by Gula. It's time out for equipment check. This can mean a variety of things. It might mean eye shades need reapplying. In this case, it's a rogue shoelace from Jessica Vitorino. The speed these players run around court, you certainly don't want to trip over a shoelace. Gula shaping up to throw. She's already got one goal to her name. Blocks by Vitorino. She's left-handed, Vitorino, which provides something a bit different in goalball. Goalball all about trying to provide a bit of variety. Oh, and there's variety from Turkey. It's a goal from Sevda Altunaluk, the second Turkey player to get on the score sheet. And Turkey with a commanding start to this semi-final. Lots of bounce on the ball. Good effort from Brito to try and keep it out. But we knew it wouldn't be long until Sevda Altunaluk got herself on the score sheet. Brazil forced to take an early timeout. They've looked a bit stunned by the ferocity of those Turkey opening throws. And they'll have to get themselves back together. Brazil substitutes warming up. Wonder if we might see an early change. Danielle Longini, capable of scoring plenty of goals. And there we have the Japan's women's side. Japan were knocked out of this competition by Brazil. They'll be wishing that they were taking to court right now in the semi-final, but it's Brazil against Turkey. And it's Brazil to get us back underway through Manitha Lima. Oh, Yilmaz tossing the ball off court. Let's listen in. A penalty's been given. See if we can work out why. So it's been given as unsportsmanlike conduct. I think it was given against the Turkey number 2. So Reyhan Yilmaz. And sportsmanlike conduct can cover a variety of things. So it's going to be Yilmaz that has to defend it. So it suggests she was the person who gave it away. And the penalty in goalball is 1-on-1, so this could be a costly infringement from Reyhan Yilmaz. It's going to be Lima to take. It's wide of the post. Reprieve for Turkey. Turkey players were unhappy with the award of the penalty. And real curiosity what that penalty was awarded for. Yilmaz had the ball. She threw it out of play in quite an unusual way. And it was awarded as an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So it definitely wasn't noise, it wasn't illegal coaching, it wasn't delay of game. It wasn't for 10-second violation. Maybe it will become a bit clearer later on, but what matters for Turkey, it was wide of the post. And Turkey still have their 2-goal lead. Well, Vitorina once again has to grasp the ball before it goes over the line. Crowd being reminded the need to be quiet when the ball's in play. Altunaluk with the throw. They're finding it really hard to defend those bouncing balls, and although Brazil have conceded 2, it could have been many more. Lots of them were scooped up by the Brazilian defensive trio. Gula's throw. Lots of bounce from her as well. Turkey throws proving very hard to defend. Gathered by Gula. Gula to Altunaluk. Altunaluk clearly a very successful goal scorer. She does have a tendency to give away penalties. She's managed to keep her accuracy so far. Turkey gave away lots of penalties the last time these two sides met in the group stages. There's a real deficiency in their game, but something they've been working on, and they've certainly kept their discipline so far. No high ball or long ball penalties yet, just that unsportsmanlike conduct violation from Raymond Yilmaz, which remains something of a puzzle. Now Altunluk. Throw blocked by Brito. Now Gula, she was just 17 years of age when she picked up the gold medal for Turkey in Tokyo. Here we see her throw. She became, oh, that was really close. The tiniest of touches from Jessica Vitorino. Gula became Turkey's youngest ever goalball medalist at the age of 17 in Tokyo. And she's grown in experience since then. She's playing an increasingly bigger part in this Turkey side. Altunluk. Oh, that was close to the long ball line, and Brazil appealing for the penalty. The ball's not allowed to bounce in that Brazil third of the court when Turkey are throwing. And Brazil obviously thought it looked a bit close to the line. Altunluk. Quick return from Lima. Tempo of the game slowed down a little bit. We're at the halfway point in the first half. Early brace of goals from Turkey, but Brazil finding their way back into this match. Now Gula, throwing from centre of court. And Vitorino's being made to work very hard. Turkey seem to be targeting her a little bit. Vitorino, blocked by the Turkish centre Yilmaz. Once again, Turkey going close to the long ball line. Oh, well, that's spilled, and that's a defensive error from Turkey. A side of Turkey's quality would have hoped to defend that. And the ball slips through the arms of Sevda Altunluk. So if you're wondering about that Turkey penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct, it was about the way that Yilmaz threw the ball out. Brazil defending once again. So in goalball, you're not allowed to throw the ball out over your own goal. And Yilmaz clearly didn't have her bearings when she made the throw. She launched it over her own net. So that was why she conceded the penalty, but fortunately for Turkey, it didn't matter as it went wide anyway. Altunluk from the touchline. Straight and direct and straight at Vitorino. Now Lima. Brazil trying from both sides of court. Another equipment check, and it's Fatma Gulgula. Chance for this crowd to make a bit of noise. They've got to be so quiet while the ball's in play. In fact, it's Jessica Vittorino getting her eye shades checked. And the ball in the formidable-looking hands of Fatma Gulgula. Blocked by Vittorino. Being forced to make lots of blocks on that near side wing. Altunaluk tries to move silently across court. A lot of bounce on that. And it's the bounce that takes it beyond the Brazilian defence. And another throwing masterclass from Sevda Altunaluk. Just clipped the line, so it's a legal throw. And Sevda Altunaluk's class and experience making the difference between these two sides. Gula's throw. Once again, Vittorino being targeted. Seems like Turkey making a concerted effort to go for that corner. Danielle Longini warming up for Brazil. She's certainly capable of scoring goals. She was top scorer for Brazil at a recent tournament. And now Turkey call the timeouts. Pretty comfortable first half for them. Might be disappointed by the defensive lapse that led to the goal they conceded. Brazil might be forced into making a change, and it looks like Danielle Longini's coming on. Back with Gula. Straighter ball, blocked out by Vittorino. Vittorino trying from a different side of court. Brito making way. Now it's back with Altunaluk. Quick response from Lima. Yilmaz gives the ball to Gula. Vittorino with the straighter ball. Altunaluk this time from centre of court, advances high up to the high ball line. Aggressive throw leaves you liable to concede a high ball penalty. And the partnership of Gula and Altunaluk working well. Brazil making a change. And it's Vittorino who comes off. She'd been in the wars. Turkey are clearly targeting her. And she's being replaced by Danielle Longini. Very much an up-and-coming Brazilian player. And they need a lot from her here. She's 23 years of age, the youngest player in the Brazilian squad. She looked impressive in the Para-Pan-Ams competition in Santiago last year. Here she is on the biggest stage of all in this semi-final. There is the between the legs throw from Longini. Something of a trademark of the Brazilian sides, both men and women. Altunaluk blocked by Longini. This time she goes for the more conventional throw. Nope, it is between the legs. It's a throw popularised by Ana Custodio. She's not in the squad for Paris, but she's been a legend of Brazilian parasport for many years. Lima throws straight and blocked out by Gula. Altunaluk blocked by Longini. Steadies herself on the goal, and it's the between the legs throw once again. Variety of throws in goalball, one of the many things that makes it so interesting to watch. And this between the legs throw particularly interesting. I'm sure you'll have your own names for it at home, but it certainly is impressive to watch. Now Lima, blocked and gathered by Gula. Longini trying a different angle, but gathered well by Altunaluk. Just 1 minute left of the first half. Altunaluk starts off court, and the ball narrowly rolls towards the goal line, but intercepted by Brazil. Gula cross court, blocked by Lima. Now it's back with Longini. Reyhan Yilmaz making lots of noise in the Turkish centre. Is this going to be ball over? If it goes over halfway, then yes it is. So Turkey maintain possession. And with just 22 seconds left of the first half, that very encouraging news for them indeed. Means they can keep Brazil under pressure and launch another throw. This time Brazil keep possession, so they'll be able to get at least one throw away before the end of this half. Gula. Will Brazil have time to get the throw away? Yes, they do. And it's blocked out. And an impressive first half showing from Turkey. They come into this match as world champions, as European champions. And they've certainly looked like champions on court. Brazil, meanwhile, lots to think about during the half-time break, and they might rue that penalty miss earlier in the first half. And the half-time score in this semi-final, Brazil 1, Turkey 3. It's been a brilliant pair of semi-finals in this final session. Brilliant exhibition of men's and women's goalball, and here we see the highlights from the first half of the second women's semi-final. It was Gula with the early goal for Turkey, and followed up by a goal from Sevda Altunaluk. Brazil finding her really hard to deal with in that first half. And Brazil goal slipped through the fingers of Sevda Altunaluk. Vitorino scored before she was taken off and substituted. And this is the goal that made it 3-1, and that is the score at half-time. So a reasonably comfortable cushion for Turkey, but we've seen greater leads be overturned, especially aside the quality of Brazil's, and here we have the score 3-1 at half-time, and there was a penalty conceded by Turkey. The Turkish centre, Yilmaz, throwing the ball out of play over her own goal, which is a penalty offence in goalball. We're about to hear from the officials whether any changes have been made at half-time. Looks like the same, 3 for Turkey. And Brito Lima Longini for Brazil. So the same 3 players with which they finished the first half. This Turkey side have played together consistently for so long. All 3 of whom took to court in Tokyo, where they clinched that gold medal. Sevdral Tunaluk was there in Rio to strike gold yet again, and Japanese women's side here in attendance. They lost to Brazil in the quarter-finals. And they would have loved to have been on court, but it's Brazil that have the formidable task of taking on the reigning champions, Turkey. And as things stand, it's Turkey in the gold medal match and Brazil to fight for bronze. Brazil against Turkey. Brazil to get us underway in the second half. And they've got a lot of work to do if they're to avoid missing out on the gold medal match. Longini through the legs, just short of the long ball line. Now Tunaluk. Gabriela Brito once again making lots of noise, helping her teammates to locate her and themselves on the court. And in goalball, you're only allowed to make noise up until the moment your teammate starts their throwing action. Tunaluk scraped her foot on the centre line just to try and locate herself. Tunaluk, her teammate taking refuge in the goal to try and get out of her way. Longini through the legs. It's a shot that's become a trademark for her and the Brazil sides, both men's and women's. Don't see many other countries following suit. Must be a uniquely Brazilian style of throw. Longini blocked by Yilmaz, and she lets out a roar of excitement. She was really pleased with that block. Altunluk starting well off court, trying to get the acutest possible angle. Longini between the legs, gathered by Yilmaz. Gula, slightly slower ball. Interesting choice of throw there. Slower balls can be a bit harder to detect. Quite a bit of variation in terms of pace. Altunluk, blocked by Brito. Slower ball from Brito there as well, so both sides changing it up a bit in terms of pace. Lots of bounce on that though from Altunluk. Really slammed it into the court. Longini, gathered by Yilmaz, and it's going to be Gula. Says she's been working every day since the age of 12 on her goalball game. She's really developed phenomenally as a player, even in those 3 years since the Tokyo Games. She's played an increasing role in this team. Formed a real partnership with Sevda Altunluk. Look at the difference between throwing stats, both in Paris and Tokyo. In Tokyo, Gula's role very much more to give the ball to Altunluk, but now they very much share the offensive action, and it's made Turkey even more threatening to play against. It means goals can come from more or less anyone on court. Another look at this throw from Manithia Lima. Fingertip to save from Altunluk. Longini starts from the touchline. Turkey seem to be intercepting her throws pretty well. Lima goes underarm and it's off the post. Well, interesting. So I think the ball was initially called out of play, but officials seem to have changed their mind. And so I think Brazil will get the ball back because it was called as a no throw. So a lot going on there. So the officials reminded the crowd not to make any noise. They called that throw as out, but then they said officials' mistake. So Brazil, in fact, will start with the ball. Longini. Blocked by Altunluk. Uses the frame of the goal as a reference point. And the ball trickles very slowly off court. It will stay Brazil ball though, because it went out in the Brazilian third. Lima moving quickly off court as her teammate Longini makes a bit of room. Now Longini. The ball very slowly goes out of play. Turkey ball. Slower ball from Altunluk. She's capable of really strong throw variation. That's what makes her so dangerous to defend against. Longini tries to find the corner of the net, but Altunluk intercepted well. Strong block from the legs of Brito. Brito's partner, Alex de Melo Souza, also played goalball at international level. Member of the Brazilian men's side. Brazil calling the timeout. Approaching the halfway point in the second half. Brazil haven't really troubled in the second half. In fact, no goals from either side in the second half so far, so it's been a bit less expensive in terms of goals conceded than the first, which had a particularly high-scoring start to the half, but both teams starting to get a bit of a better measure of each other. Now we have Longini through the legs, gathered by Gula. Gula gives the ball to Altunaluk. Altunaluk switching wings for this throw. She's back to defend this throw from Lima. Now Gula. Gula on the opposite wing as well. Move around really fluidly, these Turkish wings. Altunaluk. Big load of bounce on that. And her accuracy has been much improved in this match. She's given away a few penalties throughout the tournament. Turkey increasingly confident, increasingly vocal. They're pretty sure they've got this sewn up, but I'm sure they'd quite like an extended lead just to make it certain. Lima goes for the straighter ball. Back in the arms of Altunaluk. We do have an Altunaluk on the bench. Sevda's sister, Sevtap. So we might have the possibility of two Altunaluks on court at once. Altunaluk, big bounce on that and right down the touchline, but well defended from Longini. Thus far, Brazil's biggest threat's been the variety they have in terms of goal scorers. But lots of players who can get goals on the score sheet. Longini, Vitorino, Lima, but whatever they've tried in this match, it hasn't really come off. And I wonder if we'll see Vitorino return to court shortly. Vitorino indeed having her gauze applied on the sidelines. Suggests she's about to come on very soon. Longini from centre of court goes through the legs. It's a penalty. And that's a really important moment in this semi-final. A second half that's seen very little in the way of chances and goals, but a long ball penalty conceded by Danielle Longini. And this gives Turkey a really good chance one-on-one. And the slow motion replay shows the ball well over the long ball line. And Turkey have called a timeout, so they want to plan this throw carefully. Perhaps they might have some specific intel about where Longini likes to position herself for penalties. And the ball's in the hands of Sevte Altunaluk. It's a big goal to defend when you're one-on-one. And Longini looks a little bit lonely. She chooses to narrow the angle. She's positioning herself far up the court. Oh, that's a brilliant block by Longini. She positioned herself right on the high ball line. And that is clever tactical play from Longini. Intercepted the throw from Altunaluk. Turkey thought they had a chance to give themselves a comfortable spot in the gold medal match, but they'll have to work a bit harder to close out this game. Brazil, meanwhile, they are bringing on Jessica Vitorino. Longini to come off just after she conceded that penalty. And Vitorino coming on for the final 4 minutes of this second half. She's been the scorer of Brazil's only goal in this match. And they're going to need something from her here. She positions herself on the far side of court. Lima, blocked by Gula. Gula with the straight ball and Vitorino straight after she's come onto court. Yilmaz gives the ball to Altunaluk. Vitorino gives the ball to Lima. Lima's throw blocked by Yilmaz. Both sides have missed a penalty in this match. And in a match as close and as low scoring as this one, then missed penalties can feel like a bit of a missed opportunity. Something for both sides to work on as they approach their respective medal matches on the final day. Lima shapes up to throw. Brito was hiding in the back of the net, trying to create the space for her teammate to throw. Altunaluk. The ball ends up in the back of the net, but it was out of play. Ball bounced off court, so it's not going to count. Despite celebrations of some over-exuberant Turkey fans in the crowd. Now Vitorino. Lots of spin and bounce on that, but no way through Yilmaz. Brazil women have never won a Paralympic medal in their 5 appearances since 2004, so they still have a hope of a bronze medal if the scoreline maintains to the end of the match, but they had the chance today to guarantee themselves a medal and their first medal in the women's event, but looks like it's not to be. And Turkey are experienced at closing out games, and you'll see them starting to take their time with their throws, using their 10 seconds that they're allowed. And that's ball over, big moment for Turkey. With just a few throws left in this match, the next throw will be for Turkey. Vitorino to Lima. Ball just about clips the long ball line, so it's a legal throw. I'll tunnel look. Still making a change, bringing Giovanna Mora onto court. She wasn't able to play in Tokyo due to the birth of her daughter, and now she's taking to court in Paris. Brito coming off. I think this will be a like-for-like change in the centre. "90 seconds between Turkey and a place in the gold medal match yet again. They picked up golds in both Rio and Tokyo. They will be a strong contender to pick up gold in Paris based on this showing. Now we have Vitorino, blocked by Altunaluk. Brazil need a moment of magic. They've just got a few throws left. They really need to find a way through this Turkish trio who have looked so solid all match. Altunaluk, four-time European champion, two-time Paralympic champion, world champion. He's got so many accolades and chance to make it a hat-trick of Paralympic gold medals, which would be a very impressive feat. The game now surely slipping away from Brazil. Turkey can take their time on these remaining throws. They know the place in the gold medal match is theirs, and just as Mora was about to make her first throw on court, her coach called for a timeout, so she's yet to get her first throw. And Brazil call the timeout with 16.3 seconds left. And they essentially need a goal on this throw immediately after this timeout is over. Otherwise, mathematically, it's pretty tough for them to get the draw that would take this to overtime. As soon as Turkey get the ball, they will keep hold of it for as long as they can. So they absolutely have to score this throw. And Jessica Vitorino. And Turkey do indeed have the ball, and Turkey take the timeout. The coach will be imparting the knowledge that there's just 12.3 seconds left, so they can afford to take their time with this next throw, and in doing so, fully close out the match and give themselves a place in the gold medal match yet again. Alexandro Tossem, he picked up gold medal in Tokyo with the men's side for Brazil, but that feat is going to elude him with the women here in Paris. Gula with the throw. Slightly slower ball, eating up even more time in the process. Oh, it's called as a penalty. And the chance for Turkey to finish with a flourish. In Brazil's exuberance. Well, that's interesting. So the Turkey coach has declined the penalty because he doesn't want to risk giving the ball back to Brazil. And so Turkey instead perfectly happy to run down the clock and secure their third consecutive gold medal match. And Turkey, a side that have dominated the women's game for so many years, and they've looked dominant in this semi-final match against Brazil. And devastation for the Brazil side, but they'll have their chance to go for silverware in the bronze medal match. But in the end, Turkey are just too strong. And it was a trio of goals from Turkey, 2 from Altunaluk, 1 from Gula, that ultimately made the difference. The full-time score in the semi-final: Brazil 1, Turkey 3. Turkey team cannot believe it. Absolutely ecstatic with that win. And although they had an early scare in the first half from Brazilian throw, they looked pretty comfortable throughout that match. Although Brazil might fall down, they're not yet out of the competition. They still have a bronze medal to play for, and it would be their first ever medal of any colour. So still plenty of incentive to carry on. And we have Sevtap Altunaluk, sister of Sevda. And she'll be very proud of her sister's performance on court today. Danielle Longini brought onto court, not able to score a goal. And lots of goals from Sevda Altunaluk today and throughout the competition. She was tournament top scorer in Tokyo. Wouldn't be a surprise to see her repeat that in Paris. And a sporting end to a really interesting game between these two sides. And so much emotion out there on courts. And two players who have been on the international scene for a long time. Sevda Altunaluk, Gabriela Brito. And they have such respect for each other, sharing an embrace at the end of a really competitive semi-final. Brazil taking the plaudits. It's been a difficult time on court for them today, but they've shown real promise and they've still got a bronze medal match to play for. And confirmation, the final score, 3-1 to Turkey. There's 2 goals from Sevda Altunaluk, 1 from Fatma Gulgula.
Un grand merci pour votre participation aux Jeux Paralympiques de Paris 2024.
Turkish fans and players with lots to cheer about. Gold medal match number 3 for them. 3 consecutive occasions.
Hommes, Brésil et République populaire de Chine à 13h15, suivi d'un match pour la médaille de bronze de la compétition féminine avec là aussi la République populaire de Chine.
There we have the statistics from our second semi-final. 3 goals to 1. Turkey are the victors. Brazil conceded a few penalties, and Turkey conceded a slightly unusual penalty for putting the ball out over their own net. But a comprehensive win for Turkey. And here we see how our medal matches are looking. Israel against Turkey for gold. People's Republic of China against Brazil for bronze. 2 very exciting medal matches. It's going to be a fascinating final day, so we see who will be taking what place on the podium.
Retrouvez toutes les gammes de produits Paris 2024 dans les boutiques officielles et les points de vente sur site. Votre point de vente du jour est encore ouvert. C'est maintenant ou jamais.
Turkey players celebrate with their fans. It's Turkey that emerged the victors after a brilliant semi-final. And they win by 3 goals to 1 at the South Paris Arena. A brilliant day of semi-finals in the goalball competition at Paris 2024. There's been a lot of upsets, but the final game going with the form book as the reigning champions Turkey win against Brazil. Thank you very much for joining us today for the goalball, and we hope you'll tune in for the final day of the goalball and the many other sports that make up Paris 2024. Thanks again for joining us.
The Paris 2024 organizing committee would like to thank all volunteers for their time and dedication toward making the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games a success.
Nous espérons que vous avez apprécié la compétition. Et nous vous remercions de votre participation aux Jeux Paralympiques de Paris 2024. Nous vous souhaitons un bon retour et n'oubliez pas que les volontaires Paris 2024 sont là pour vous si besoin.
We hope you enjoyed. Giant screen and food outlets outside the hall. Welcome.